think a big tension that a lot of us are feeling right now, just given all that's happening in the world in 2020, is, just this conversation around like privilege and exercising your privilege and your advantage in life versus being one with the weakest link, with the underdogs, and feeling the pain, so practicing empathy.
I'll just bring it back to, again, fertility for a second. During COVID, many women who had spent thousands of dollars, euros, pounds to have a fertility treatment, which in a lot of cases, considering biological clocks, was once in a lifetime opportunity for them. Many of them, this was their final chance, have lost that chance. And they had no choice because everything was closed. Governments had closed down all the, it was, as much as we would help and as much as there was, and at the same time, social media was bombarded with COVID babies everywhere you could hear. And I work in an industry where this was so horrible and so hurting for so many women who had lost their choice, because choice is something that we promise, but we had lost the ability to deliver on that promise. And so I think this is an opportunity to also recognize that COVID, and also with all of these things that are coming to surface about injustice and inequality, some of us don't have choices in many cases. And acknowledging that those of us who do, those of us who are privileged, will have that guilt and we have to sit with it. I think that's the hard part of having to just sit with it.
Yeah. Sit with it, and also recognize your role as an ally in that space, right? If you have the privilege to be part of these conversations, to design and create teams that have, the perspectives that can say, like, should we really be putting out marketing like this right now because of what's going on? And I think that going to what Pam was saying around massive online courses, just because something is accessible does not mean it's empowering, right? Mm-hmm. The same way that just because, women may think then and understand they have a choice with their fertility, do they really feel empowered by that choice?
And especially when you're trying to trailblaze through something like the healthcare paradigms today, and you're championing specific movements or niches, or even just representation for women, for example, like the fertility is a great example, pushing the boundaries of what's currently feasible and accessible for women and their health. You're being innovative, and what that means is you need to be a visionary, right? But there's going to be an inherent polarity that exists, a tension, when you're trying to say, this is not what we need, this is not serving us, we know there needs to be more, but how do we resource, imagine, develop, and all within the frameworks of security. You have to be brought into this scope that is strictly defined, but wait a second, now we're getting optimistic. What if we can expand that realm a little bit? And so you're constantly kind of a nudge and pull of like, what can we accomplish bit by bit? And